All right, welcome back. We're continuing off where we left off. This is Series 2, Lesson 3. So what I did was just continued where we left off from last lesson. I went back. I expanded my search to 1 mile. This is a verification search. I'm validating, verifying if the comps I selected were good comps and if the value is good. The reason why I'm doing this is because I don't have a superior comp for GLA. All right, and I'm not going to go searching a lot more for that. Now, if I didn't have anything that was equal, then I would have to expand my search to look for that. But if you have something that's equal, then if it's renovated or if it has a view, then we could use the comp that has equal GLA as a superior. That definitely is more advanced BPO lesson than what we're going over here. So I'm going to skim over it. In another lesson, we may go more in depth. Okay. So we expanded the search to 1 mile. We went ahead and we checked off, just like last time, what comps we are bringing forward. So we're bringing the 6 comps forward, and we're doing that to validate our comps and see if the value is where it should be. So again, we're going to look at our solds. So I come here, the top of my solds. I'm going to scroll down and see if there's any new solds that are superior in GLA. Okay, I see nothing. I see nothing superior. So that validates that these comps are still the best comps so far. And we're out a mile radius for suburban area. You know, that's sufficient. I can conclude that these are 3 good comps, and my sold values are between 476 and 499. Okay. Now we look at the active comps. So same thing. We start at the bottom active comp, and we're going to scroll up and try to find things that are superior here. All right, here's a new one. This is 1,800 square feet, but it was built in 1979, so 10 years older. And the price is at $399. So really doesn't really create the best, clearest picture for value. It's getting a little far, okay? Especially because you know, we can still use the one we found in the subdivision as a superior. So probably not going to use this one. All right, let's keep scrolling up here. This is the one we saw from last lesson, 1720, but it's only $349, so it's out of the price range here. Okay. So that validates our list comps also that they're pretty good. Now the second thing to validate it, besides square footage, is the tightness of the prices. So although those may be the best comps for GLA because they're in close proximity to the subject, the second thing we got to look at is how tight our price group is. So right now we're at $110,000 because our lowest one here is at 405. And our highest one here is at 515. So let's see the things that fall between those two figures and see if we can help our bracketing anymore. All right, so I see this one at 429. And that's it. So this is the only possibility here. Let's click inside this one. Okay, so this has also been renovated. So this is a good comp. Now this is probably the only time I wouldn't use that comp. 9 out of 10 times I would switch out the one for 405 and use this one at 429. Where's that one? Use this one at 429 here. The reason I'm not going to do that actually in this report is because the banks and the BPO company do like to see things closer proximity, especially on the same street. So because this reads Eldon Avenue, the same street as our subject, I'm going to keep things the same. So I went out another half mile, didn't find anything else that was better. Those are my 6 comps. Okay. This was definitely a short lesson. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually enter the information in. So next lesson is all going to be data entry, and you're going to see me enter the information in here, and then we're going to go over finalizing the report here. Now this information I did enter. So how do you get this neighborhood information? Well, you go back to the comps that you pulled. There were 32 in this case. I'm going to check all the listings and go to the stats button. Every MLS has a stats button. If you need help with it, then I can customize a lesson to your MLS, and we may be doing that in the near future, especially for the California ones. So up and down, every major market in California, we probably will do an MLS lesson. I'll take 10, 20 minutes and figure out your MLS and do a 10, 15-minute video on how to use it. All right, so how do I get to 17? I added these up here. I added the active, the backup, the hold do not show, and the pending sales. So those added together equals 17. Those are my listings in direct competition with my subject. The reason why those are competition is because, as we know, things do fall out of escrow, things do fall out of pending or contract status. So because they do, they potentially all could be competition to the subject. All right. Now I went ahead and I also verified that there were 6 sales the prior month out of the 15 in the last 120 days. Okay. Some MLSs, this is easy to do. Some it's difficult. Do your best. If you need to estimate this, it's not the end of the world. But when you can, and especially if you have a MLS that works with you, please verify how many were in the prior month. So now we're in November. I counted the ones that closed in October, and I got 6. Okay. Average marketing time, 59 days. We've got price range. So we look not at the closed sales, but the overall. So for all comps, so the overall range is 275 to 599, and the average value is 402, 582. So that's where I got those 3 figures there. All right. That concludes this lesson. I'll see you guys back here. I'm going to go full speed, enter the data entry portion in, and we'll finish the report.